Have you ever told yourself that size doesn't matter? Well, I'm here with this game to show you that it does, in fact, matter. Sorry, everyone. Sizeable is a small little puzzle game that features a bunch of 2 to 3 minute puzzles and mini dioramas. There are 38 levels to play through, with an additional 10 to be unlocked through various means that we will soon talk about. Honestly, clocking in at 2 to 3 hours, Sizeable may not be a very sizable game. Sorry, I couldn't resist. But what is there is of very high quality. Allow me to present my case here. In the game, you have these small dioramas in which you can freely manipulate some elements. You can rotate the camera to see all sides of the diorama, you can move some objects, and you can likewise change the size of some of these objects between 3 states: small, medium, and large. The way to do so, at least with a mouse, is very simple. In fact, the game is made to be easy to be played, and it absolutely shows in the controls. So, how do you use these skills to your advantage, you might ask? Well, simple, by manipulating the diorama to find 3 obelisks that you then have to place in the correct spots. That's all you really have to do to progress. While the controls and abilities themselves may seem very simple, there are some really neat ways in which they are used to interact with things. For example, this stage, in which you can change the size of the moon to affect the tide of the ocean. Making it a low tide by shrinking the moon uncovers a shipwreck, which is the first step to getting one of the obelisks. Likewise, you also get a battery in this diorama. If you rotate the stage, you can find a place to put a medium-sized battery and power a lighthouse, revealing another obelisk. Honestly, this is just one example, but as you can probably see from some of the footage that I'm showing off, there are lots and lots of ways in which the objects interact, and it's all according to what you do with your shrinking and enlarging abilities. One of the more particularly well-designed levels even has the Leaning Tower of Pisa supported by scaffoldings and a boulder atop of it. Shrink the scaffoldings and you make the tower lean, dropping the boulder which rolls onto rooftops surrounding the tower. You can then shrink and enlarge the rooftops at will to make a trajectory for the boulder to break objects that are protecting the obelisks. And while I'm highlighting this one specific level, let me go ahead and say most of them have pretty good level design. While these puzzles are pretty easy, or at least they were for me, you won't be left entirely without help. Take a look at this picture of the level with the moon that manipulates the tides, the one I just showed a short while ago. Look at the top left. See how there are 3 icons or figures inside each of them, a lighthouse and a broken ship amongst them? These pictures are hints about which places you can find the obelisks within each stage. If you don't want hints though, don't worry, you can turn off the UI entirely. You may also have noticed on the top right of the picture a turtle icon that indicates whether or not you found the turtle in the level. See, obelisks are not really the only things you'll be collecting. Each level also has a hidden turtle. Some rare few are actually pretty well hidden, but most are about as hidden as your average obelisk. Except the turtles have no hints for you to rely on. Well, people have published guides on Steam about how to 100% each stage, so I guess you can rely on that. Which you will need to if you can't find all obelisks, since you can't skip to the next level. But, you know, I digress. Collect all the turtles and you unlock a hidden stage. That's right, remember when I said there were 10 hidden stages for you to unlock? This is just one of them. The game has 10 hidden unlock conditions that you must fulfill to unlock their respective stages. The turtles are one of the requirements. Another action that unlocks a level is completing the main menu diorama, the one right behind the words. As for the other 8 stages, well, I'll leave those for you to find if you eventually get the game, mostly because I haven't figured them out myself yet. As for the rest of the aspects in the game, it has no story and you have a diorama builder you can play around with if that's your thing. It's pretty cool. The aesthetics are incredibly cozy and nice to look at and perfectly fit the vibe of the game. The soundtrack is a mix of calm songs with background appropriate noises such as birds chirping in green stages. You can also change the music at any time via the in-game menu. But I think the one aspect that most impressed me and that I really wanted to highlight is the attention to detail within each diorama. They honestly do feel like mini worlds that react to your actions. Take a look at this one, for example. Did you notice it? The moment I cut Rapunzel's hair, she screamed, obviously in shock. And this is just one of many examples. The devs didn't really have to make the world reactive like that, but they did, and I absolutely love them for it. Overall, Sizeable is a very cozy experience and an incredibly chill way to spend a couple of hours. I mean it, the game has no fail state and you can just restart puzzles at any moment. It is absolutely not challenging and most of it is a breeze to get through, but that's okay. The purpose is, after all, to relax. Even when the puzzles are not very intuitive, which unfortunately does happen in some dioramas, the options of what to do and objects you can interact with are limited, and the play area is often tiny, so you can just brute force your way through these puzzles with ease. I know the lack of story and the ease will turn some of you away from this game, but if you're looking for a more relaxing puzzle experience, or, you know, even a puzzle that a kid might be able to do, it's hard to get a better one than this. And if you're still not convinced, rejoice! The game has a demo on its Steam page. Look, I really did enjoy my time with Sizeable, which is even why I recommended it in one of my lists videos. And if you do get the game, I hope you enjoy your time with it too. That all said, I know this was a bit of a shorter review, but it will happen from time to time. I really don't have much I can say about this game, and the more I show it off, the more I spoil the best parts, the puzzles and the dioramas. So it's better off if you just give it a shot yourselves. With that in mind, I'll leave the video here. If you liked my review, if it was useful to you, please do leave a like and subscribe as both actions really help out my channel. But above all else, leave a comment. I love hearing from all of you. That aside, thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you hopefully in the next video. Bye bye!